Thank you, David. Appreciate it. Yo, give it up for Doomy one time. Let's go, bro. Yeah, I don't know how I did that. I haven't had a Mountain Dew in a minute. This is actually the first sip I'm taking in probably 2 years, so we're going to see how it's about to go. All right, energy's about to be crazy. I can feel it. As Professor David had mentioned, my name is MJ. I'm from New York City. I was born in Alabama, raised in Northern Virginia, went to James Madison University, and super grateful to be here. As far as my identity, I'm a husband. Got my wife here right now. Love her. She is definitely a big part of the reason I'm able to be on the stage right now. I'm an engineer. I work at Google. Been there for about 4 years. I'm a rapper. Been doing that for over a decade. A hip hop producer, and I just launched a artificial intelligence company y'all will be hearing about today. So that all being said, I wanted to talk to y'all directly about AI and music at first, but as I started to think about it, I was like, I want to take y'all on a journey. I want to take y'all on a story, get to know me, get to know why I got into technology, why I got into music, and how I combine the both together to create this AI music company. So that all being said, like I said, I am a rapper, so I'll be performing a few songs for y'all as I tell my story and try to tie all the dots together. So let me make sure this is all set up over here. All right. So, chapter 1. This story goes in 3 different chapters. Chapter 1 is about ages 0 through 18. We're going to call this chapter Demons. It's a weird name for sure, but you'll understand in a question in a second why it's called that.
All I ever wanted was to see. All I ever wanted was to breathe. I don't know what's happening to me, but I got some demons, demons. All I ever wanted was to see. All I ever wanted was to breathe. I don't know what's happening to me, but I got some demons.
I'm wide awake like every night, never getting sleep. I see the doubt with my own eyes. It's all that I see. This isn't me. I believe in this music drug, I am needing it. Got lucid dreams, I'm seeing it. Inside my room, I'm hearing them. Louder and louder, the voices that get surrounding my hearing with nothing but threats. Tell me I'm low, I need to get lit. Chase after highs and go take a hit, then exhale. Remind myself I'm not perfect. I'm making decisions that don't make me happy, then wonder why it wasn't worth it. I'm looking for purpose, but I cannot find it. Whenever I see it, my demons, they hide it. Behind all the smoke, behind all this drink, an insecure kid is losing his faith. Like I don't know why I'm here living, thoughts surrounding my mind. Voices screaming your mind, I never listen, I think that I'm fine, I'll never admit it. I just pull the covers over my head. I'm finding this alone, I swear my demons want me dead. Holding on by just a thread, and I swear that no one gets me. I hold my cross at night while these spirits try to tempt me.
I've got nightmares. All I ever wanted was to see.
What to see?
All I ever wanted was to breathe.
What to breathe?
I don't know what's happening to me.
What's happening to me?
But I got some demons. All I ever wanted was to see.
All I ever wanted.
All I ever wanted was to breathe.
All I ever wanted.
I don't know what's happening to me,
But I got some.
Comparison's all that I know. It's what it feels like. I don't have friends who know who I am, and that's real life. I realize that I'm never home. A lot of texts that I get to my phone, I never reply. I'm taking my time, a room full of fans, but feeling alone. No one really gets me, it's the way that I was risen. Can't remember my own father since he took himself to prison. Now I'm thinking if he did it, maybe my life would be different. And it's on my mind consistent, every thought I'm so addicted, I don't need that. I've got stress to last me a lifetime. I look myself in the eyes and know that I'm my family's lifeline. The fear that comes to my mind, the feeling of wanting to die, the pain inside every cry. I scream so I feel alive. Give me the trigger, I want a bullet. Give me some love, or give me bullets. Give me it straight, give me it crooked. Throw all my life, that's why I took it.
I know that's intense. Thank you. But like I said, chapter 1, Demon 0 through 18. When I was 11 years old, I was watching the NBA Finals, sitting on my couch, chilling like any 11-year-old would be in Northern Virginia. And two police officers walked inside my house. I was like, "What is going on? Why are cops coming in right now?" And they go to my dad and they say, "By the power vested by the state of Virginia, you're under arrest." I'm like, "The heck?" Like, he's my dad. What's going on? I'm thinking he's going to be gone for, at most a weekend, maybe a few months, whatever it may be. But it was a lot to process, right? Watching the Spurs on TV, seeing my mom in tears, seeing the cops give, my mom his wallet, his chain, all this stuff. And I'm just like, just wrestling with this, like, what is going on in this moment? And then, fast forward a few months later, going through a few court cases, and just so many other details. And I'll never forget the judge looking at my dad and saying, "You've been sentenced for life." It's crazy. That shook me up, right? Like I was 11 years old. I thought I was a good kid. I thought life was going to be all right. And then all this had gone down. When my dad was arrested, I lost a father figure, right? I lost our family lost our financial resource. He was the only one making a legitimate salary. And we had to foreclose on the house we were living in. And honestly, the list goes on. There's a laundry list of things that happen when your father gets arrested. But the truth is, I love data. So let me just tell you about my data, where I was at. So like I said earlier, shout out to my wife, because as a kid, I hated my social worker. And the irony is I ended up marrying a social worker. So God works in crazy ways. But the point is, can y'all see this okay? Yeah, I think that's good enough. If y'all need me to zoom in, let me know. But there's this survey called the Adverse Childhood Experience. It's a 10-question survey. And the whole objective of the survey is trying to help project from the ages of 0 through 18 where you're supposed to end up in life, right? And the crazy part is, let me show y'all something real quick. So the A scores, they've been linked to things like risky health behaviors, chronic health conditions, low life potential, early death, right? And then when you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you see this pretty crazy chart that straight up shows you on this 10-question survey, if you score a 4 or higher, you are 2 to 3 times more likely to have job problems, financial problems, absenteeism at work, and things of that nature. So I never took this survey growing up. And I honestly don't recommend anyone 0 through 18 to take this survey, especially because, data can scare a lot of people. But also retroactively, I think it's pretty important. About 8 months ago, me and my wife were at a happy hour on Valentine's Day. And she was like, "Have you heard of this? Let's take this quiz. If you score a 4 or higher, you are 2 to 3 times more likely to struggle with this." And I remember taking the quiz, hitting enter, showing her the result, and her jaw dropping when she said, "You scored a 9 out of 10. I should not be here today. Like, let's be real. And I know there's a lot of people in this crowd tonight that might resonate with that. I swear, if some of y'all took this quiz or this survey, you might score a 4, you might score a 0, you might score a 10 out of 10. And I want me to be living proof to y'all right now that you literally can do whatever you want in life. You can make as much money as you want. You can open up a business. You can be a rapper. You can get streams. You can do whatever you want. I just hope and I pray in this exact moment that my talk and who I am can speak to somebody today. So that all being said, thank you. That all being said, I did lose a father, right? But who ended up becoming my father figures? These 3 individuals right here. This is, hope y'all know them, Kanye West, Jay-Z, Eminem, and even Drake, to be honest. I Googled him, he's my favorite rappers, and Drake wasn't on the list, unfortunately. But the reason why it's so important to put these people up is because when I was 11 years old, my father was arrested, but also when I was 11 years old, these people became the mentors to me that taught me I could be whatever I want in life, right? The whole idea of starting from the bottom, now we're here. This is what they taught me. Not the fact that, like, you know, I'm going to be an average person in life, but the fact that I'm going to be handed cards that were not fair, and not just turn into someone that could be somewhat impactful, but to be someone that became great. So what do when you enjoy something a lot, when you like something a lot? Well, you imitate it. So when I was, I think this is when I was 12 or 13 years old, we were living at a family friend's house, and in case y'all forgot, my name's MJ, as you can see on the bottom left. I swear, we were doing that on Facebook and MySpace a lot back in the day. I got 3 layers on. I don't know what I was doing with that. And I got these like weird lines going on. That's a very, very weird and bad photo. I just want to let y'all know. When I was 12 and 13, I started rapping. And the reason why that was so important for me was because it was a core piece of who I became in terms of the therapy that rapping provided. And also just like, again, like I said, the idea of starting from the bottom, now we're here. So what happened in the end of chapter 1 is I realized I want to take this rapping thing seriously and I want to keep pushing forward, which leads us into chapter 2. Chapter 2 is ages 19 through 26. And let me take another sip of Mountain Dew and then tell you what the name of this chapter is. Propane. We're gonna have a little more fun with this one, I swear. Not as depressing as the first track.
Hey, it's beast mode. Mother lover rockin' street clothes. Winning everything I do, no cheat codes. This is put it in the work, it ain't free dough. Now it's coming easy to me like a free throw. Everybody wanna see the competition killing me. I don't ever listen, I just do my thing religiously. Now I'm getting streams, getting money, now you feeling me? I don't need a flex, cause I'm focused on humility. Not worry about the numbers, cause I'm trying to make this history. Projecting I'ma win it, but not trying to pull a Hillary. Defender what I rap, got some tracks in the artillery. When people act surprised, I just say it's not a mystery, yeah. Keep working and grinding, God is working his timing. And he told me I get it, so don't stop it and try it. When the pressure was hard, that's the making of diamonds. They used to tell me to quit it, but now I tell them I'm thriving, yeah. Everybody want a piece of it, but I was baking in the kitchen, I was piecing it. If you can't do it on your own, stop believing it. Or you can watch me do my thing, cause I'm needing it. I was counted out so many times that I'm not counting it. Rapping for my set, never rapping for the counterfeits. Figured out my dream, then I got a team surrounded it. Got my mama house, yeah, it's something that I gotta get. And my girl's blue just
Got my mama house, yeah, something that I gotta get. Got my mama house, yeah, something that I went and did. Y'all understand, to come from my background and make a song like that, you gotta do some things like pop your mama house. You know what I mean? You wanna see this next photo? Yo, that's my mom standing in front of her condo that she owns in Northern Virginia. Yo, we come from the basement of a Section 8 home on Walmart salaries, making $8 an hour, and that's my mother. Hold on. Not only that, they said we ain't supposed to have relationships. Well, what do I have? I have a 3 years healthy marriage with that woman right there. And not only that, we are standing in our condo in New York City, but not just New York City. Manhattan, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hi. One more thing, real quick. Super grateful for music. I've been able to rack up a few million streams now over Spotify and Apple Music. Been able to headline my own shows, perform with one of my best friends on stage right there. But the overall point I want to get to here is I'm not here just to flex on y'all and be like, yo, look at all these amazing things I did. I'm grateful for them. I'm proud of them. But I really want to drive this point home. Hip hop created who I am, which was my identity, my work ethic, and my ability to continue to drive. And I want to let y'all know I felt indebted to the craft. And I felt like I needed to make a difference. I needed to continue to thrive in this space. So now y'all know how I got into music. How did I get into technology? Because of one thing and one thing alone, the love of money. When I was 16 years old, I decided I'm gonna Google what major makes 100K as quickly as possible. Computer information systems was the major. 2 years of computer science, 2 years of business. I don't care about either topic, but I was like, yo, let me get that paycheck as quickly as possible. So ended up majoring in that. And got a job at a company called Booz Allen Hamilton, a global consulting firm. Really good time there, but overall, one of the issues I had was, rap taught me a lot about being a dreamer and striving for more. I was a web developer by day, rapper by night, and I just felt super conflicted at work. So I decided I was going to reach out to the vice president on my team. I had like 6 months at this job, and that dude's like 7 people up. I shoot him an email. I'm like, yo, can I work on this idea for preventing falling asleep on the wheel? And he was like, no, dude, just work on your web development projects. What are you trying to do? Like, who cares about falling asleep behind the wheel? The reason I was passionate about it is because when I was at JMU, I was driving home from a library called Carrier Library, and I actually fell asleep behind the wheel. So I had a personal reason to be passionate about it. When he said no, I had one response, and I call this like stupid boldness, because the older I get, the more I realize how much you can lose, and I'm like less bold than I used to be. But I just responded to him with a presentation of the business impact of if I were to work on this idea, what this can be for Booz Allen, right? And he was like, all right, let's meet for dinner. So we met in dinner in McLean, Virginia. My first like bougie dinner on the company card, so I was feeling nice. And anyways, he was like, look, I'll give you 6 months, do 20% of every work week and see what you can do. Y'all wanna know what we did? So this is me at 23 years old, presenting that technology at the world's biggest cloud computing conference, Amazon reInvent, right? This was crazy to me because it taught me something that I'll never forget. People talk a lot, right? Like, we're always talking about dreams, we're always talking about missions, always talking about goals. I'm even talking to y'all right now. I'm talking about executing is a whole nother conversation. When you do something, when you actually take a second to be like, I'm not only going to talk about it, I'm not going to tell my homies about it. I'm actually go home, I'm going to go in the basement for a couple years, put my hoodie on, and like get to work. And when you do that, that's when people start asking, dang, like, how did you build that? Why are you doing these things, whatever it may be. And that lesson alone taught me that, because to represent a 30,000 person company at 24 years old off of an idea that I just had in the back of my mind, I was like, all right, well, where could we go from here? So after that moment, I ended up getting recruited by Google. Like I said, I've been working there for about 4 years now. Super grateful for the opportunity to help a bunch of startups in the New York City area understand how to use artificial intelligence and cloud computing within their business. So while Google has been great and it's been awesome, it's also led to this one piece of like, all right, I'm loving music, I'm loving technology, but like, what else is there for me? And that's finally where the intersection of AI and music come in, right? Real quick, show of hands. How many of y'all know what artificial intelligence is? Wow, that's actually way more than average. But to be fair, we're in the College of Engineering, so that's probably a good thing. Anyone want a free copy of my software? Because someone want to give a guess of what artificial intelligence is? I see a few hands. So this was me trying to learn artificial intelligence. It was super hard, it was super complicated, and the reason why I even asked real quick is because all three of y'all said relatively different definitions, but all of y'all, I would say, were relatively correct at the same time. My personal definition is just trying to help computers or machines act more like humans. That's it from my perspective, right? But the reason why I have this picture up is because I was trying to learn AI through YouTube, university, through Cornell courses, Stanford courses, whatever. But every time around 5 p.m., I would end up closing my laptop and I was like, yo, this is very hard. And I would open up my personal laptop and start working on music projects. And the weird thing was, when I was working on music, I could work till like 2 a.m. So then the idea kind of became, what if I pair a challenging topic like AI with something I love? What could be possible? And that is where we move on to a full circle moment. 2 years ago today, or not 2 years ago today, that's a lie. Roughly 2 years ago, I was coming down to Richmond, Virginia And this is me working with AI for the first time with the goal of making a hip hop instrumental. And it sounds like a lot of y'all are college engineering. I had so many red lines on this terminal as I was trying to get all these libraries installed, understand how to use these open source libraries, whatever it may be. I had to really tweak this image to get some green text on the screen. But overall, it was like a crazy 12-hour process in this train. I couldn't look up from my laptop. I loved what I was doing, and I really enjoyed it. And that's when I started to get into the concept of creating hip-hop beats using artificial intelligence. So that being said, that's chapter 3. Where are we today? Well, according to my calculations, it is September 16th. We are at VCU, and it's time to make some hip-hop beats using artificial intelligence. So let me actually show you my process now. Thank you for entertaining that entire dialogue that we just had. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Yo, my bad, Doomy. Those beats were crazy, bro. All right. So I think most of y'all probably know what this is. If you're into music at all, actually, let me get a pulse check. Decent amount of folks that are in engineering. How many of y'all are into music? Have you tried making music or anything of that nature? Show of hands. Way less. Cool. Okay. Normally at my talks, it's the opposite. That's cool. So this is a digital audio workstation. The best way for me to map it in the engineering minds is picture it like an IDE. This is the VS Code for musicians, right? So within this digital audio workstation, there's a lot of different options. This one's called Logic, Apple exclusive. Ironically, I'm an Apple fanboy, because that's how that goes. So let me put this microphone on here. Try to multitask. All right, all right, sweet. So in order to make music, let me try to build some empathy for y'all first. If you don't know music theory, it can be relatively challenging. So you'd have to do things like open up a keyboard and just start playing some random keys until something sounds good. Mind you, I don't know how to play piano. All right? So I don't know what I'm playing here, but. So overall, I practiced that 30 times. Not bad, but terrible, let's be honest. And that's where the idea of artificial intelligence can be crazy. Because someone said this earlier, and I love that definition. I think it was this young lady up in the front. A science within artificial intelligence called machine learning, which is essentially all the way on the left-hand side, taking buckets, taking data, training that data on the computer, and then asking that computer to make predictions about the future. So tying that into the musical use case, your data is music. Your computer, for me, was in the cloud. I use Google Cloud. I know how to use the cloud relatively well because that's what I do during my day job. Use an open source library called Magenta. Anytime you hear the word open source, just try it. It's free, might as well. And then this fortune cookie is predicting new melodies, new drum patterns, and things of that nature, right? So now that we're all on the same page, let me show you all this little black box right here. And what we're going to do here is, in real time, we're going to do something. Picture this as the fortune cookie. So what I did already was I collected all the data. I trained the model in the cloud. Now the model is sitting right here. And these lines in this terminal is going to output a melody for us, right? I'm actually going to output 5 different melodies. So let me go ahead and enter here. And we're going to do this in real time, so we don't mess around. All right, beautiful. So this is JSON data of a bunch of different notes that are being outputted right now. So let me show y'all real quick. Production model, VCU output. So like I said, we don't mess around. Today at 6:55 p.m., which is right now, this melody was outputted by an AI model. And again, this isn't going to be mind-blowing, but I want y'all to know an AI model played this melody. Again, not life-changing, but I would say better than the melody that I played, right? Let's go ahead and grab a different one. Yeah. So you can start to get a feel for what's possible, right? And what's cool is if an AI model can help with that stuff, what can you do as a human when you collaborate, right? Like, I already know that first note's pretty annoying. Let me make it a little bit longer. I don't like this repeating note. Let me bring this up. Ooh, that's really annoying. Let's bring this out here. I know this is C major. That's kind of fire. Hey, all right, let's end this on a little bit higher note. All right, hold up. This is when humans are interacting with AI. Let's go. All right. I love that. All right, so now that's a basic MIDI file, right? AI created it, me as a human collaborated with it. Now, when you put it on a different sound, one of my homies, shout out to my boy, my best friend Jacob, created this plugin called Scorch. You know, when you partner with people, this is crazy. Check out the same exact melody and a different sound to get a feel for it. Right? So that's when you pair a different sound with it. And now you're starting to get potential of like, all right, well, what happens if you add some chords on it? And then it's like, all right, those chords, maybe they're a little too low pitch for you. So let's go ahead and move it up an octave. So you can already see super quick, you're starting to get a vibe, right? But now, let's completely change the instruments up. Let's go to something that feels like we're going to space. Again, same instruments from before, but now we're going to slow it down. Oh, sorry, different instruments, same MIDI file that the AI model outputted, but we're going to slow it down. Let's see what it sounds like. I can just hear Kid Cudi going, man, like I'm moving on this right now. Let's actually, oh, look at that. We're in space, baby. Woo! Yeah. But on the real, you're starting to get a feel for it. But of course, why stop at melodies and chords when we can take AI drum beats as well? So this is another AI model. Y'all can see I got pulled up. I'm gonna hit enter. I'm gonna go ahead and generate a few outputs. And we're gonna go into our drum model. Go to our outputs. 6:59 p.m. Bang, bang. We're just gonna drag it in. Not even gonna listen to it. That's the confidence we got out here. Not even gonna listen. And we're just gonna play back. All right, this could be whack. I'm not sure. Let's see. Oh. Yeah. It's 16 with a pass and a rap and a making magic. He's serious, correct, and the talent to make it happen. Never had a job, but his temperature is crazy. Trying to see the truth, but his vision is can't. You know what I mean? That's how quick you can start to make beats using artificial intelligence. So let me be clear with y'all. What I just broke down is the process of making beats through AI. And I spent like 2 years researching it. And what I realized was it's hard to make the average person replicate that, right? The reality is the first 2 steps that I did took a lot of time, took a lot of effort, was expensive, and it took a lot of data. So I realized like, why am I keeping this gem on my laptop? Because at the end of the day, I know there's a lot of music producers that struggle with things like writer's block, that struggle with things like they don't know music theory, but they want to get into music, and the list goes on. So we believe in, trying to follow a passion, trying to follow a mission. And this is why I created Lemonaid. Lemonaid is essentially what my business is. It's an artificially intelligent powered tool to help songwriters create new melodies, chords, and drum patterns. This tool is currently capable of over 50 million unique outputs, and we're just getting started. So let me show y'all, like again, in real time, we're gonna go ahead and choose a melody and chord. I'm gonna hit chill, and we're gonna create a lo-fi beat using that same process, but now it's a lot easier. Lemonaid did not have to go that hard. So I drag that in. It's mine now, right? So let me take it to my homies plugin. Woo, that's not good. Space vibes, also not good. Let me go back to Lemonaid. Let Lemonaid do the job, right? So lo-fi vibes right there. And then, you know, like I showed you earlier, let's go to drum beat, get something chill, hit generate. Yeah. Drag it into your digital audio workstation, and like magic, what we got is ourself a lo-fi sounding beat. So that's essentially it. That's Lemonaid. That is, you know, what I put a lot of work, time, and energy into. And at this point, I think as of this morning, we're at 195 customers. Sounds like we got 3 or 4 more based on the questions that were answered. Sorry, 195 paid customers, so we still got 195. But that all being said, I wanted to give y'all an opportunity, if you're interested, to cop Lemonaid. So this is a QR code. If you're interested, feel free to scan it. And only because y'all are here, I created a discount code for 20 bucks off, because I remember being a broke college kid, going to Walmart every day, making sandwiches. So 20 bucks off is what I did. If you have some financial struggles and you really need more, just email me, let me know your story, happy to be flexible. But that code is MjxVCU. I go by MjxMusic, but MjxVCU, so write it down, get you $20 off, and again, email me if you need any further assistance, and lemonaid.ai is the URL. So that is how you get involved with copping the plugin. I got a notification just now. It's a response to my Instagram story. I was like, oh, did someone cop it already? And this is how you connect with me. I pretty much on every social, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, MjxMusic. My personal email is michael.jacob21@gmail.com, and my business email is lemonaidxmusic@gmail.com. If y'all need anything in terms of like personal mentorship, in terms of career mentorship, whatever it may be, just hit me up. I obviously have a pretty big heart in the space of being able to help others out. So yeah. Thank you, Professor David, for the time and being able to be here today. Oh my gosh, not yet. Oh, I almost missed my favorite part. I forgot to say what chapter 3 was about. I'm pissed. Chapter 3, where are we today? This chapter is called Diamonds. Because you know what pressure makes, folks? Thank you.
One of the greatest gifts I know without a doubt that God has given me is the ability to go through struggle. The ability to go through failures, to go through hardships. Because I know deep down He's given me a gift to go even harder.
Ay, light it up, 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 and let it burn down. Run it up, sum it up, coming up from the mud, pouring blood. Pour it up and let it fall. Listen, moves I'm making got me feeling like a champion. Like, woo, ain't been sleeping in a minute. Need an ambient, like, true. All this pressure making diamonds, now I'm shining. Got a light inside my soul, and I won't ever try to hide it. Pressing snooze, now my family got no problems, cause the checks are clearing. Used to struggle every other, but that's disappearing. Back in Mama, sit back, take a break now. Light it up, 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 and let it burn down. Run it up, sum it up, coming up from the mud, pouring blood, pour it up, and let it fall down. They said I can't make it cause they saw my place and judge my situation, but I had to go beast mode, no time for retreat mode. It's starve or it's eat mode, and that's on repeat though. Never had a chance of success, no one gave it to me, so I brought my own seat. And I got proof in the bag, you can see it in the pudding if you don't even got the receipts. Trying to make beats, trying to make raps, and I'm working on a stack that I know will change the globe. Energy rising, flames getting bigger, we gon' light it up till everybody knows. Light it up, 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 and let it burn down. Run it up, sum it up, coming up from the mud, pouring blood, pour it up, and let it fall down.
Let's go, baby. One last thing I'm gonna do real quick. I'm gonna take a selfie with y'all. Put your hands in the air and wave it like you do care. What was talking about? Love y'all.
Stay
All right.
patient, stay hungry.
Heck yeah. All right, y'all. God bless. Thank you, Professor.